Kiss me like you love me for life.
So what I have done so far is I concealed my eyes and then I topped it off with powder, and I also did my eyebrows. So the first step that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be applying moisturizer, and I'm using my favorite Olay moisturizing lotion, and this is insensitive because I do have sensitive skin. So I'm just going to be applying that all over my face. I'm going to be applying my Giorgio Armani foundation, which is an luminous silk foundation, and I'm in the shade 5.75. Okay, so the reason why I love this product so much is it's perfect for springtime. So I'm just going to be applying like about 2 pumps. And I'm always warming it up with my fingers, because I find that when you warm up the product, it just sinks into your skin. And I'm just dotting it because it's always gives me a perfect even layer, and it doesn't make it seem cakey. Okay, now I'm just going to be using my beauty blender just to blend all that product out. Honestly, like, I'm excited for springtime because I live in Montreal and it's super duper cold, so it's hard to even get out, and it's nice to see that, you know, spring is coming and everything. I don't know, what do you guys think? Where do you guys live? Comment down below and let me know how the weather is like in your area. So after I've gotten my foundation done, I'm just going to be applying concealer under my eyes. I love this concealer. It's called NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this is in the color Custard, and you already know how many people like this, if you know what I mean, guys. I love the texture on it because it's super creamy and it's really blendable as well. Like, you guys could probably blend it with your fingers or just like a beauty blender alone. And I'm just applying it under my eyes. I'm not going to be applying it anywhere else because since it is spring, I just want to keep my makeup a little bit light. I don't want it to be too dramatic. So it's just light and subtle. So again, I'm blending it with a beauty blender. I like my concealer to be set in place, so I like to use this big fluffy brush, and this is the BH Cosmetics number 124, and I'm also using the shade and light palette, and you already know the drill, what is my favorite, and it's this color called Ingrid here. It's a light banana-ish color, so it's super pretty. And it just blends with the concealer too, because my concealer is kind of like a yellow based color as well. So I just like to tap it off and then just pretty much tap on my powder. Okay, so to warm up my face, I'm just going to be using these 2 shades from the same palette, which is Somber Subconscious, and I'm just going to be using the same brush that I used previously. And just so you guys know, it doesn't matter what brush you're going to be using, because at the end of the day, the product always comes off as long as you just swirl it and, you know, the product just comes off. I'm just using these 2 shades, and make sure you always tap the product off because you don't want your product looking muddy. And I'm just warming it up. Once I warmed up the face, what I like to do is I like to take a tapered brush, and I'm just using the same shades to contour my nose because I like having my nose contoured sharp. So I just like to just lightly kind of flick it until I get that line a little bit. And I don't want to go for a heavy contour look. I just want to get it until I feel like my nose looks slimmer. I don't know if you guys can tell from the camera, but it's starting to show the shadows. For spring, like, I love light pink blushes, and I've been loving this blush recently. It's called Tarte Paarty, and I actually got it from a birthday gift from Sephora. So I love this blush so much. Like, it's probably my favorite blush that I've owned so far, and I just like to use it with this BH Cosmetics number 126 brush, and I just swirl it, and you already know the drill. Tap it off and just apply it on the cheeks till you get that rose color on your cheeks. For highlighter, I'm gonna be using the Nubian palette, even though these are eyeshadows, but these are but yeah, so oopsies guys, sorry about that. Okay, so for highlighter, I've been obsessed with this palette lately, even though they're eyeshadows, but they are beautiful. Like, they are so pigmented. I just like to use these two eyeshadows, but I use it for highlighter, and they're just first row at the end corners. So I like mixing them up because they're so pigmented. Like, you will see that fucking J-Lo glow, if you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna be picking up these two colors and just mixing them. Oh my god, like, you guys see what I mean? Like, this is perfect. Like, this is so gorgeous. Do y'all see that glow? Like, this is so beautiful. Like, I just like being extra, and I like to put so much of these on because I like to look poppin'. So I also like to apply it on my nose as well. I want to make it shiny. Woo! You guys see that? It looks like Rudolph. When it comes to springtime, you already know I like pop of colors, and you know, like anything that's like vibrant but subtle at the same time. So I'm gonna be using my Saharan palette by Juvia's Place. I'm gonna be using Jamila on like a little bit above the crease as a transition shade. I'm gonna first be doing one eye, and then I'm gonna do the rest off camera. So just using the shade Jamila. I always swirl it and just use windshield wiper motions. Okay, so once I've got that desired transition shade, I'm gonna be using the same palette in Sakoto, and it's a darker orange. I don't know, it's like a bright orange. So I'm gonna be using that right onto my crease. Don't worry about it looking messy because we're gonna be using a cut crease as well. Okay, so I know I look so weird, but trust me, it's gonna come out so nice. So I'm going to be using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics number 130, and I'm just going to do a cut crease actually. Oopsies. Too much product came out, but it's okay. Once you got that base done, I'm gonna be using this color here called Lulu, and it's a light pink, and I'm just gonna be applying that with my fingers where I applied the concealer. Once I've done the cut crease, I'm gonna be using a nice shimmering shade for the brows. So I'm just going to be using this shade called Iman, and I'm just using the flat part of the brush. I'm just placing that on the brow bones. So I'm going to be then applying Kia under my eyelashes, like right on the line, and probably on my waterline as well. And I'm just using an angled brush, guys. I'm just tapping it on. Okay, so I'm gonna be applying my false lashes off camera, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have this other eye done as well. I am so like happy how this turned out. Like, this is like, at first I was like, I don't know, but look guys, like this is beautiful. To match that dramatic eyes, I'm gonna use a soft, kind of like a pinkish nudish lip. This is called MAC Soar, and I'm obsessed with this lip liner. I always get questions like whenever I go out, like what lip liner you're wearing. So I always tell them that I am wearing this one. Oopsies. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my lips and we should be done by then. You know, this is what spray. Be afraid to go out of your comfort zone, because if I can, you guys can too. You know, it's makeup is all about inspiration, and you know, if it takes someone like me to inspire you guys to go bold and to go out, that's what it's all about. But yes,